I can't hear you, brother.
So let me get my hearing aid fixed. Okay, there we go. Wow. Look at all the news going on today. Okeechobee Music Festival. Gas prices. Wow. Brink of war. Sir, can you pass me a cup of coffee?
Yeah, I'm getting you a cup because I might need might need 7 or 8.
Need 7 or 8. Okay.
How do you like your coffee? Cream, sugar?
Cream and a 3 sugars, please.
All right. just in time because I brought my little brewer here.
Oh, wow.
Stuff we're going to have to talk about tonight in the news.
Wow, yes.
We might be up all night.
Oh, we have an audience. Wow. What's going on? Oh, wow. How are you doing? It's nice to see you. Wow. We're just here at the coffee shop, looking at the news. We're seeing what's going on with the world. Had a little problem at the beginning. My hearing aid was not working very good, so I wasn't able to hear everybody or talk to everybody. Wow. Wow, we got I Love Food. What's going on? Come on up and grab you a cup. We're going to see what's going on today. We just had a big music festival here in town. Said over 30,000 people in attendance at the thing.
Saw some interesting ones this week.
Let me see. We've got Mr. Milton here joining us here at the coffee club here. I was watching some boring conspiracy, so I thought I was watching some boring old people. Wow. Yes, we're here today. I am Jasonlee. I'm here at the coffee shop. It's Mike Stone. He's fixing some brew right now. We're going to discuss a little what's going on in the news.
Yes, this is what we do. We talk crazy talk about the news, what's going on in the world, and we're going to I'm making us some little coffee. This is a Vietnamese coffee brewer. So,
and I'm here right here at Mike's shop. So, check out his website for his coffee selections. Tell us what you're doing this, Mike.
Yeah, I am a gourmet coffee roaster, and so we just started this show and decided to have a little virtual coffee shop. So you can see everything that we have at coastalcafe.com. So it's what I do for a living. So if you love coffee, I have more than what you could possibly imagine. So this is what we do, and this is what I love. So brewing coffee, making excellent flavor collections that are different than anything that you can find on the market.
Yeah, I happen to be in your recording studio. Just happened to make a link to YouTube. Just happened to accidentally broadcast, and you're surprised we're here. Okay, I believe it. Yes. Interesting week we had today. Depending on what part of the world or country you're in, let me sort of bring this up in the newspaper. I'll bring this up first because, this is. Let me share. I know everybody wants to see this one. Oh, where are we at? Yeah. Look at that. Calls for suspending gas taxes across U.S. as prices surge. And this is our first topic we're going to talk about first. Look at that, $6.97, wherever that place is at. I'm not sure.
That's probably California right there.
Probably California, guys. So, where we live right now, the station down the road is $4.39, and it just went up to dates, and they said it's going to go back up. It's going to come up tomorrow. So we may be. What I was hearing, possibly $5 by the end of the week, and maybe go higher. We don't know about that. So I know I filled up yesterday, and the old $20. Put $20 in. It'll get us down the road for a couple days. That $20 went very quick, and they didn't even didn't get very much. That needle in that tank been eat like a little bit. So that $20 turned into like $60.
I got gas when it was. Yeah, I got gas when it was in the upper threes, and I noticed it was just before the break, before it went over 4, and I noticed every pump was taken. So I was like, all right, something's about to happen. And then I'm glad I filled up at that time because literally by the next day it was like $4.19, and now it's
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Milton says the good old oil companies, I must be a rich amount of oil in their hair.
Yeah.
Yes. There's a lot of, well, here's the thing now.
Yeah.
If you got regular, a lot of stations don't have regular. You got to get plus a premium because they're running out of regular.
It's really hurting us down south because everyone who works agriculture, works on the farm, everyone, you know, how many people here in Okeechobee have trucks? So everyone, like,
you got a V8 or V6? Ooh, diesel's 505. I saw it was when at station 505 already in diesel. So
good God.
So you know, you got your truck drivers and your diesel, your tractors, and all this. There won't be many people doing four-wheeling and stuff like that, or jet skiing and stuff for the weekends as much, or boating. God, I had my my brother-in-law. He ain't been able to go out on his boat in the ocean because gas been so high, and he's like, I ain't going there for no time soon now because it takes a lot to fill up a boat. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't get I mean, we live here in Florida. The argument is, I mean, because most people, especially Central and South, are pretty conservative. So we already know what the argument is. This is what everyone gets who voted for Biden, and so on and so forth. And well, I get it. The president administration, like, they can only regulate and all that kind of stuff. But still, you talk about the cutoff of the Keystone Pipeline and other things. And of course, war is really no one's fault. It was bound to happen. It was going to happen. But that just adds another monkey into the wrench why everything is going to be more exponentially inflated, including gas.
Exactly.
We shouldn't have been getting any kind of energy source from Russia to begin with. However, just these massive lies from the administration that, we have all these reserves. He's like, well, it's gonna be okay. Just blatant lies after lies after lies. We've seen zero progress. So I'm not about the blame game, but when I don't see progress, you know what I mean? But send our VP over to Europe to kind of console the situation about and educate everybody about NATO countries, and absolutely put your foot in your mouth when talking. So yeah, it's kind of a mess right now, and everyone's saying, here in Okeechobee, is it going to get better? What can we do? I hate to say to everyone, it ain't going to get better.
Yeah. It's like Milton says, last year my grocery bill was $50. I spent $70 for 2 meals. I'm actually buying cheaper price. I think the prices have gone. Exactly, they've gone up, and they're going to go higher.
Yeah. Food's outrageous. I remember when I was in college, I could walk in with like $20 and make out like a bandit. Now it's like $20 doesn't even buy you a soda.
Dollar Tree's a dollar quarter tree now. So when the
Dollar Tree,
dollar quarter tree. Food said he just recently bought a Ford Fit. Hey, that probably saves you some money, but it's still even when you have to fill up, it's.
Well, I went from like I know Hondas are always like eco-friendly, but I had an older Honda and it had like 3.5 V6, and then I paid a lot more gas for that. Now I went down even further and I got a 4-cylinder Mazda 3, and it gets like 37, 38, somewhere around there. And still to fill it for a tiny little engine, it's just outrageous.
Yeah, you don't feel as much like as these guys that have these big old trucks. I know one guy told me, he said it's $120 to fill that thing.
I was next to a guy. He had a big truck, Dodge Ram, dual cab. I mean, I looked over after he pulled away after he filled. It was like 140 something. I was like, gee, that's a bill.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's more than a bill. That bill don't
it's
go
a
much.
Bill, like it's a weekly bill.
Okay. Well,
most people out of here in town, they live far out.
Oh, I know. I live 10 miles out of town, so luckily my work's not that far, but still, it takes money. You don't want to go to the coast now; it's pretty expensive. Well, this article is saying about the gas. Well, I guess they're trying to figure a way. Let me see where it says. They're trying to call suspend gas taxes across U.S. because the taxes on gas is outrageous anyway. So they're calling for the prices for the gas tax to be removed on some of these states. The Republican governor of Georgia has called for relief on gas taxes Tuesday when Joe Biden ordered a ban of Russian oil imports. So, that's just gonna be interesting. That will help out a little bit, but
what was the thing about? He said about remember the last time at that god awful State of the Union address. He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna release all those oil reserves." I'm like, that didn't help. Yeah. Well, that didn't help. That didn't help a damn. That didn't help at all.
The oil reserves that they he wants to release only last for a day and a half. United States oil thing. Yeah, it says Colorado, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, Pennsylvania sent a joint letter to Congress urging them to support suspending federal government 18.4 cents a gallon gas tax through 2022. Okay, that'll save us almost 20 cents. So, if that happens, okay, if the gas doesn't go up no more, I'll be still paying $4 and was it 19 cents a gallon. If it doesn't go down no more, so if they decide to take that 20 cents gas tax away from them, so still a lot. Yeah, it helped a little bit, but still a lot.
What's the price per barrel now? It's like over 125.
It's high as it's ever been. I'll tell you one thing, and I will be political here. The only person who is smiling and happy right now is President Jimmy Carter, because now he is officially not the worst president ever in U.S. history. Yeah, he will die happy now. He will die happy. Yeah, he was the worst, but now he's the second worst. Yeah. He will die a happy man. He'll know I wasn't the worst president in U.S. history. Yeah. I didn't destroy the whole country in less than 1 year. So.
Yeah. They're all sitting back there like, whew. It's like,
yeah. So, like I said, I saw this article. I thought it was interesting. Yeah. Right now, and a lot of these are Democratic governors and they don't like to get rid of taxes. So when they start wanting to get rid of taxes, they're worried about, especially getting elected coming up this year. And people will start rioting, man. When you get up to $6-7, if it gets to that high, because then food's going to rise. You going to start be paying, God knows, $5-6 for a loaf of bread. Because I hate to say it, when gas goes up, I hate to be these Uber people. Can you imagine what kind of bill to get an Uber or was it Uber Eats and stuff like now?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I actually run a contracting business, LLC. And so, so I have to, now I'm very picky, with clients because if I'm going to come way out to do services, so now gas is kind of up the price of my service.
Yeah.
So, and this should piss off everyone because it's not that it's affecting people's lives, but it's like it's like if you know how the world works, basically banks rule the world. The rich, they own all the major networks. They own pretty much everything. All the corporations they own. All the gas companies, all that such. So people are getting rich off of this. So it's really only hurting. It's specifically meant to hurt the middle class, the working class.
Exactly.
So this should piss. I know everyone, who's blue collar, working class, and they, people here in Okeechobee, it really affects us here in Okeechobee because you got a lot of, people work in agriculture, work on farms. So Yeah, this this really really hurts.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I got person here has a question for you. This goes back to coffee. So that's what we know.
Right.
We bring news, but we do is about coffee. So
Yeah.
I Love Food said coffee question when appropriate. I'm a Folgers black man. Is there anything on a grocery shelf that tastes better but fits that simplified approach?
Just as a simple black coffee. Yeah. We have to know like Folgers owns like a lot of what's on the shelf. Don't quote me on it. Folgers owns like 4 or 5 other brands on the shelf, so it could be the household brands are going to be highly pesticidic. So that's why a lot of times they can be kind of bitter and not that good. So I mean, the next step up is to move from a household name to something that's closer to specialty. So now grocery stores don't really carry specialty coffee. Specialty is basically a term used to describe how the coffee is treated and cared for, which is much higher care than your average like coffee that's just roasted for the masses. So that coffee can be sitting in a warehouse and be weeks before it can actually get to your house. But some better coffees to choose from, in my opinion, if you had to choose for price, would be Dunkin' Donuts, and also simply switching to a whole bean. So it may not be the brand, but switching to a whole bean, because the freshness is in the bean. The moment it's ground, it's just a ticking time. It's just a time frame before that freshness starts to dissipate. Peak freshness in coffee is 2 to 3 weeks after the roast. Now, after that, it just comes down to how well you keep that coffee sealed in a tight container. Some people put their coffee in the refrigerator to prolong the shelf life of the coffee. But definitely moving from a household to something that's more specialty. So start getting a bag of coffee that is whole bean, and get one of those. Even if it's a cheap grinder, you'll see a significant difference in the taste and quality of your coffee. Just get a regular medium or dark roast coffee that's whole bean. So Dunkin' Donuts is a good one. I don't, a lot of people don't like Starbucks, but even Starbucks would be a step up from that. But anything that's pre-ground and in a can that's household is just not going to stand, because they mass produce that stuff. They push out tons and tons of it, and it's just likely been sitting around in a warehouse for months before it even gets to the shelf for you to even buy it. So it's, I mean, you might as well pay an extra $1 for a bag of whole beans. It's going to have a much better taste.
So thank you. Does organic make a difference, or is that just marketing?
It's just marketing. Yeah, it depends. It does make a difference from a grower's perspective. So because certified USDA organic has to go under certain rules and regulations. So unless anything could say organic and it could be a lie, it's just not going to really change the taste or flavor that much. But if it's USDA, if you do want something that's treated far better, as a far better quality product, make sure it's USDA organic. But any company can just slap organic on it and just say that it's better. But as far as coffee, to be honest, I have an organic in my store, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite coffee that I've ever had. It's good, but yeah, it's going to be it's going to be obviously treated differently. It's the same with eggs. When you get like cage-free eggs versus just regular eggs or organic eggs. The chickens are going to be fed a certain diet. They're going to be either free range, and it affects, the nutrient in the egg. The same with coffee. coffee has different ways of being treated and processed. So, if you want a better treated coffee, a better, healthier plant, then organic will be the way. But just make sure it's USDA organic certified.
Okay, let me see here. All right, let's see. All right, food says appreciate. Thank you. All right, I know Milton had some things up here. Let me see. He was saying earlier. Said bread has went up $3 a loaf. 10 steaks went $10 a kilo. Now it's 39 a pack of fries, as you Americans call them, went down to $2. It's 12. Coca-Cola went to $5 bottle. It's about everything's going up little by little, and it will go more and more. I mean, he says the sausages are $1. Yeah, meat has really gone up here. Chicken, pork, beef is really skyrocketed here in the United States.
Whoever's in here, like I've also heard, the problem too isn't so much the ingredient or the food source; it's packaging. You know what I mean? Because these big suppliers are having to, because of COVID, we got hit so hard with COVID, and they're trying to push out. And I heard some brands, because I was shopping and working, and I asked one of the store managers. I said, "Hey, you've been out of these Capri Suns?" And he said directly from the supplier, said, "Yeah, they're having packaging issues. A lot of it has to do with plastics." And a lot of other things. That's the same with the paper issue. It's not like they don't have the raw material to make it. It's just getting it out, and getting it
exactly
in the so a lot of it was plastic. So I don't know if that's the problem too.
Yeah,
where they're just sort of jacking up prices because of supply and demand.
Yeah, it is, because I have a friend who is he's in the concessions carnival. He's in the carnival concessions business.
Yeah,
and they sell funnel cakes and different things. And he was telling me one of the fairs they go to, I think North Carolina, they have a guy he usually next to him. He does the turkey legs, the big old turkey legs you used to see at Disney World. And those things used to be like $8. You used to see them like $8, and you were like, damn, that's $8 for a turkey leg. 20, I think he said $20 to $25 now a turkey leg.
Jesus,
they've gone on that much. Well, and you got to figure. And he's like he makes funnel cakes and different things. So, and here's another thing I read. Wheat, they're fixed. The country over there, I think it's Hungary or somebody has the most. It produces the most wheat in the world or something over there. They just shut off their wheat, most of their wheat to the world. The other day, I was reading an article on that. So you got to figure a lot of stuff's made of wheat and corn, and when corn starts going up, as he was saying, that, and the plastics and the forks, napkins, there's just such a, supply demand on that stuff, where he was paying, a big box of it for $50. Now it's like, $100-$150. So, and, gas, running the generators and stuff. So, where you were charging $5-$6 for something, now you got to start charging $9-$10. So you got to make up that little difference. So, and you're going to see that on everything. I mean, you're going to start seeing some of these fast food places. The dollar menu is going to go bye-bye. It's going to be the new $3 menu. That you're going to think $3 menu is the dollar menu.
Yeah,
and that's just the way it's going to work. And then it's like I said, and that's going to be on everything from coffee to, like he was saying, sodas. Meats are out of this. Meats is crazy right now. Like beef and chicken is as high as it's ever been.
Yeah, I was looking at I was at Publix. I was looking at prices of beef and stuff, and I was kind of like, you know what? I think now's the time to be vegan.
Well, even vegetables. Well, vegetables too. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. You didn't even
I'm like, soy products don't look that bad anymore.
Yeah. You have to grow your own stuff. You have to grow your own stuff almost these days.
Yeah. Gonna make a garden in my backyard.
It's like shutting down the world is so dumb idea. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, this country in Europe that produces all this wheat, I think it said Hungary or one of those countries. It's one of the main wheat producers. And it was like, just wait. Anything with wheat is, and there's a lot of stuff made of wheat. So just wait, cereals and stuff. So you wait till the prices in the next month on these. You're going to go in and you see cereal out of this, shooting out of this world.
Yeah.
bread, different things. It's going to get bad.
Yeah. And I love bread. Speaking of bread, I have a slice of garlic bread before the show. Garlic bread is amazing. I love garlic bread.
Exactly.
If this stuff goes up, I'm pissed. I'm going to Capitol Hill.
It's going up, man. And
if you make my garlic bread go up, that's crazy.
Like I said, a lot of things. So we're not being political. We're just reading. We're just reading the news here, guys. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and things I've read that on the other side of the world, with the what they call them, the red dragon, the big sea over there on the other side of Asia. If they do take over a little island named Taiwan, you're really going to see some prices go crazy, because that's where the main shipping lanes and stuff. And so it's going to be bad, guys. I mean, it's we depend our countries depend on too many other people. Like we used to be self-dependent. We're not anymore. Hopefully in the future we'll get back to that. That's not just oil. That's food and precious minerals and different things, because it's from fertilizer to different things. We're dependent all over the world on different, from chips on computers to everything. So
yeah.
All right. Well, let me see. So we're just gonna have to. How's that coffee, Mike's doing pretty good?
Yeah. I wish I could reach the screen and give you a cup.
Oh man, it'd be nice right now. I just grab it. Well, okay.
I made a little cocktail thing. Like I take like a Coke and I mix like a dark coffee with it sometimes. It's pretty good. So that's what I'm drinking. Going back and forth. I'm like a little bit of Coke and coffee and a little bit of black coffee.
Okay, I was gonna say, Mike, we got St. Patty. I wore my St. Patty's Day shirt, under the green sort of.
When it's the 17th, right?
Next Thursday, I believe, right?
Thursday.
I believe it's next Thursday. What do we recommend on coffee on the St. Patty's Day? What type of coffee? What do you got?
The closest thing I got to Irish cream would be the Rum Run Caribbean, because it's because Irish cream is basically like Irish liquor with vanilla and cream, except for that it's more like rum chata. So that's like a more Caribbean coffee. So there's some simulation, but I'm hoping, and I'm working on something right now. So this is the first time I've really announced it, unless I said something. I did send an email and kind of broke the news. But I'm working on a thing called CK Customs. Customs allows any person who wants to customize a specialty roast.
Nice.
You can do it with the click of your hand. So you can go on and go through, like you're going to go purchase like one of the bags of coffee, and then you can customize the whole thing. You can select the bean, and I put a bunch of grind ratios. You can select super coarse. So if you want a specific coffee that requires a super coarse, or I could grind it so fine as a Turkish grind, which is like the finest grind. It's almost like powder. So there's different grinds that help for different types of brews. And it just depends on your knowledge and how you brew coffee. And get this, there will be about 30 flavor varieties that you could choose from, which will have Irish cream on there. So yeah, my plan is, and if a few days before St. Patty's Day, we'll have an Irish cream available in the shop, so you could buy it as a custom.
Nice.
And people are like, well, you should just come out with an Irish cream. But here's the problem with that. Like Irish cream in the coffee world, it doesn't stand up to some of the other competitors. And there may be coffee people on there and be like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, because I know what all the other companies sell, and there's always an Irish cream, but it's far less popular than what you think. Basically, it's popular when McDonald's comes out with the Shamrock Shake, and after it's gone, it sits there. So I want to make it as an option in a custom. So it will be available. So I have had a lot of people ask me, hey, are you going to have it have Irish cream? I'm like, yeah, it's going to be there.
Everybody likes that.
It's just not going to be a household one.
Everybody likes that green colored shake, and then in April comes like, I don't want a green colored shake. Or I want to shout out to Daniel on Facebook. Appreciate you, brother, coming in. Guys, if y'all watching on Facebook, Facebook's been giving me a lot of issues. So I did go in there and unclicked it before I started because Facebook likes to put me on private where pretty much the stream, I've streamed to myself. So I'm the only one watching my own stream. So I got it. I unclicked it. So I appreciate anybody, Daniel, and anybody else who watches on Facebook because Facebook likes to screw around with us a lot. So please share it. Please share and come to the YouTube channel and subscribe because YouTube's been a little tricky too. Because if you subscribe to the channel, please check and see if you're still subscribed. Because some reason YouTube has been like unsubscribing people. Check all your channels, not just mine. Check anytime you go to somebody's new stream. Check their channel because you may be unsubscribed and you don't know it because YouTube loves doing this. Because I have a guy who said they have unsubscribed him twice on mine. So I don't know why they're doing it, but I appreciate it. Just check it out, guys, and please share the stream. And Daniel, I appreciate brother coming in. And anybody else is on Facebook. For some reason, sometimes the Facebook's doesn't show up on here too. It did today, so I know why because it's been put me on private. So I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, it's been a weird thing. Like, here a lot of people are having some weird things happen on YouTube.
Exactly. Well, like I said, Facebook is doing the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
they don't like
Facebook has never liked me, so I just like there are so many good ideas I had running for Facebook. I was doing like live stuff and stuff for Pinterest, and then they're doing the same thing for me. Like spent all this time doing a production, and then come to find out my video wasn't even viewable. So I'm like, forget it.
Well, you actually the only person could see it was you. This is like me. They put me in private.
But I thought everything was great.
I know I'm doing a video, and I'm like, I haven't got one view in 2 weeks, and and I'm like, how do I haven't had somebody say, oh look, there's a video, and I look, it's on private. I was like, wow. Got a bot. So one of our Chinese Russian bots came in here. Let me get him knocked out real quick. Let's see. Destroy this bot. Move. There he goes. All right, got him gone. All right, what else? What was going to talk about? Oh yeah, like I said, we've got St. Patty's Day coming up. We talked about. We just had this big music festival here in town. We're going to go over that in a minute. Coming up this weekend in our town. We're talking a little bit about Okeechobee. We have our another festival. That's sort of a yearly festival. It's been going on since I was little. It's called the Speckled Perch Festival. I mean, we live right here on the Big Lake Okeechobee, and Speckled perch is one of the main fish that people come all over the world and from up north and out of states, out of country to come catch speckled perch. Really yummy fish. So our town has a festival always in March. Usually lasts. It's gonna be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a rodeo in town. So you ever seen a rodeo? They ride bulls. They have horse racing. They have the little kids out there lassoing sheep and goats and different things. I mean, it's pretty cool if you ever checked it out. They have it for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday on that. I think Saturday they're
gonna do the parade, correct?
Parade Saturday at 10 o'clock. I just checked it. I saw that in the paper.
The Speckled Perch is a very historic parade for Okeechobee town. So, are they should be having the booths too, right?
Yes, it's in the park, the Flagler Park. Let me see.
I will most likely I'll probably be down at the park because I'm only looking for one thing. Do you know what I'm looking for? It's the people who make the pumpkin bread.
Oh, the pumpkin bread. Okay.
Yeah. Typically, it's there's a family. I can't remember their names, but I think they are Native American.
Yeah, so from the Seminole. They used to do it.
They made the best. Now there's another family that makes it too, and I'm not saying they're not good at it, but I can't. The last time we had a parade, I couldn't find it. It wasn't there. Maybe it was just because of what was going on, but typically there's a lot more food booths, right? At the during the Speckled Perch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
here it is. This is the website on Facebook. That was their main site. They said, see, I think the high school band, they'll march. Different businesses in town that have floats. They'll have probably they have the police cars, fire trucks. Like I said, a lot of horses. In the park, there'll be arts and crafts. Right there, you said pumpkin bread. Right there, right there.
yes,
yeah, that right there.
yes.
So they'll be there.
So I'll be there.
Cool thing. Yeah, a lot of things. The kids, usually in the schools, they get involved, like the Army Corps and different things. Johnny Depp's going to be there. He's singing in the park. They usually have some like local singers, like some arts. I say arts, crafts, activities, music, all kind of foods, barbecue, fish fry. That's the main thing. They'll be frying fish.
Yeah,
all kind of cool stuff. And then, like I said, the rodeo's right down there, close by, right down the road. And that'd be going on for 2 days. Fun thing.
Don't they do a rodeo event too, right?
Yeah. And it'd be at the one across from the hospital. They used to do it.
Right.
This used to be all together with the. That's another thing coming up next week is our Okeechobee County Fair. That's also
right.
coming up.
I forgot about that.
They used to have it all combined, and the rodeo used to be in the whatchamacallit, the rodeos used to be in the Ag Center by the fair, but they moved it back to the original rodeo ground.
Yeah.
And but this will end Monday, and then the fair begins Tuesday. So it goes right into the fair, lasts all the way to next Sunday, Sunday after. We'll probably talk about it next show. I won't go into that one because then they have a demolition derby, pig race. I got all kinds of stuff at the fair. They got animals, a lot of the 4-H. We can talk about that. A lot of the where I work, they do a lot of the where they have that they raise the animals, stuff, the cows, the pigs, and the horse. They have the 4-H events for all the for the kids there at the high school and different things.
I'm glad they still do the 4-H because I was in 4-H when I was a kid. I got first place for my guinea pig.
Oh, really?
yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that's one thing I do like about Okeechobee is like we stay pretty. I mean, we do still like family oriented like stuff, like
yes.
This. So it seems like every year, like it gets it like morphs into more different activities and stuff because it's morphed into other like festivals because before we never the art festival that we have that's newer, right? Because that was.
David might be our friend David Joyner, which we're going to try to bring on here in the future. He's an artist. He has to actually go to his site. He's running in a DUI, I think a DUI magazine. He's like first place, a vote.
Yeah. He's on he's currently first place, so he'll get it for sure. But he may have
Sean, how we doing?
He may have a booth for the Speckled Perch, but he's only down there doing the art thing because that's specifically about art,
Exactly.
So,
but like I said, they're gonna have all kind of arts, crafts, it's real cool stuff. They have a lot of, like what you said, the pumpkin. They have a lot of Native American, Seminole Indian. They have a couple booths in there. I think they have some like hay rides for kids, different things. I'm gonna try to go down one day this weekend. We'll go down and take the kids down there, and we're gonna get some pictures, maybe a little video and stuff of it, and share it on maybe the next stream. Like I said, it lasts from Friday. I think it starts Friday evening till it'll be till Sunday. Then coming in on Tuesday, and then the fair starts. So big event. Like I said, the rodeo's real fun. If anybody enjoys, it's a pretty intense sport if you ever watch it. Them guys,
I've only been to the rodeo. I've only been to the rodeo once, and it was here. Mm-hmm. So
I got cows, and I've been chased by cows, so I know how them guys feel when a big old bull, 3,000-pound bull with horns chasing you down the middle of the pasture. So I know how they feel.
I'm not afraid of a lot of things. I'm only afraid of two things: heights and bulls, and like also horses. Like they're just like. So I guess it's because when you're up late at night and you watch all those like horrible crash videos, like skateboarders, like like hurting themselves, and then people get thrown off horses and all that crazy stuff. And you only watch it because you want to be like, you want the gut reaction. You're like, oh, And so every time, like, I've had an opportunity to go horseback riding, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. So if you ride bulls, I have a good friend of mine. We just worked out. He does bull riding, and he had a terrible accident. And I'm like, if you do that, like, you're the like biggest man on this planet. Like, that terrifies that is insane. I don't know how people do that. So hopefully, if there is a rodeo this weekend, I think there always is a rodeo in conjunction with Speckled Perch, or do they do something over at the Ag Center too?
Well,
I don't remember.
They used to. The Ag Center. Let me see. 1 second. Yeah, I think. Wait a minute. Did
I don't remember.
There we go. You hear me now? Okay.
The Okeechobee Music Festival. So you were out there, right?
Yeah. 1 second, Mike.
We might be having some technical difficulties.
One second here.
I'm just going to take a little bite of my garlic bread.
All right. You hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was my connection went down, and it put me twice in there, so it was echoing. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We had a little technical difficulties. Local run streaming, so it's not we're not in Hollywood standards yet. So, but sorry about that. This was the big festival, like we was talking about this past weekend from March 3rd to 6th. Let me see. Let me get in now real quick. All right, why ain't you let me in there? All right, let me right back. Let me put it back in there again. Man, okay, all right. 1 second, guys. All right, let's see. There we go. You can see it again? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I didn't get a chance to go out there this year. I won't get to play some of the music because I don't want to get YouTube to strike us pretty good. But you can check on Okeechobee on the YouTube channel. They do have a stream. They did have a streaming page on some of these artists. So I did get to see some of them that I'm on the streaming channel, and really good. Like I said, I've never really heard of most of these artists, but some of them were really, really good. Very interested in. I subscribe to some of their channels, so checking out some of more of their music. But the big one still was the Porter Robertson. I got to see that they played. He was playing Sunday. That was the main. He was the main show. I sort of heard of him, but I never, knew what he sung. They played they played it like at 1 in the morning because he played it like 10 to 12. So the streaming got it about 1 o'clock. So I saw the show till like 2 in the morning. Very good show. It was a lot of light. It was a lot of it had techno. It had the lights. The performance was really good. He had to play the piano, different things.
Yeah,
very interesting show. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I know Megan Stallion was one of the big ones on Saturday. They did not show that one on the thing, but I did see some videos, some friends who did go to the show, and it was a wild show. I would like to have been there at that show. She put on a show. This guy named Grills, he was pretty decent. I've never. He's in more of another techno song and techno. Put on a really good show. Rez from the Thursday night, she was really good. This group right here, right next to her, called 2 Feet. I really enjoyed that group. I showed that. I liked some of the songs. To me, he was a pretty good artist. I'd love to see him live. Some of the other bands, I was trying Pepper on Friday night. I enjoyed them. I saw them before. Well, they were in the shows a couple years ago at this one, but I saw them on the YouTube. They're from Hawaii. Of 3 or 4 guys. They put on a pretty good show too. Got a little Hawaiian beat, techno. That whole sort of like watching Sublime, something like that. Pretty interesting band. Trying to think of some of the other ones I've. A lot of these are like techno bands and stuff. They put on a pretty good show. Trying to see who else I saw. Who was some of the other ones I saw?
I only saw a short stream of Robertson, so I like him.
Elderbrook was pretty good. Who else? But yeah, a lot of these I can't remember. But I was watching them, and like I said, there was a lot of really good artists. I mean, I like the electronic dance music, but after a while, I like some people singing and stuff too. So they showed George Clinton. They showed that part. I saw that at the powwow. Flying Lotus. They showed at Jungle. Like I said, a lot of bands I've never heard of, but they impressed me from the stream. It was very impressive. I mean, a really good show. Like I said, I got some friends who went out there. They said they may come on the show in maybe a couple weeks. You tell us how it went. I heard everything was really cool out there. You can look at it. I mean, that's some of the way it looks like right there. That was one of the stages. Let me see. Official plate. Let me see. Trying to get anything.
If anyone was there, let us know how the experience was. Because I only went the first year, and it was wild, and it's only gotten better every year. So the artists they bring every year is insane.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, this is like Okeechobee. I'm like, how do they get? I was surprised that one year they had Snoop, and I was like, how?
Well, Snoop.
Like how? How?
Travis Scott was there too, the first or second year.
Yeah, I wonder if did any of these artists ever roll through like Maine full 41? Did any of them roll through town?
I saw some buses. Hey, I did see some buses. And guys, they have yoga. This is a cool concert, guys. If you ever want to, they're going to have it again next year at the same time, 2023. They'll start announcing the bands around August. September, they'll start announcing, the upcoming things. So me and Michael, we'll sort of bring y'all updates on that when it comes around. Usually around September. But I mean, cool. They got yoga, arts and crafts. They got like a beach thing. It's a real cool setting. It's a real nice area. They have where you can camp, bring your motorhomes. It's real cool. Like I said, they got like all kind of arts and crafts thing. They got people, if you love doing them like artsy things, and I mean, this is just a little bit. Check out their website. I mean, a lot of cool. See here, this right here is the website. You can see where they're camping, the stages, different things. Let me see the stages. See, this is the big stage here. See, that's from the big stage. I said there was 30,000 plus people there, so that's a pretty good sized stage. Here's they had two big stages. That's the big one. That's where Stallion and Porter played the last 2 nights. This is like the second biggest stage. This is about almost as big as that one. And then the now stage. And then there you go. You can see it. They have like a stage out here. This is like they have Ferris wheel. This is their little beach area. Just sort of like where they have like maybe some tropical music, different things. Hey LDG, I see LDG popped in there. How you doing, brother? Sort of tropical, tribal music. They got different things because I know they sing some with the drums and different things. So I mean, like I said, this is just that one area. The whole other, but the big stages is huge. And then they have this thing out. It's sort of like a nightclub. It's out in the woods. It's sort of they made it like it's a spaceship that landed, like crashed down the woods, and it's pretty good size, man. It can hold thousands of people. And they got this is all these kind of like electronic stuff, and it's like beaming through the trees and all that. I mean, Jungle 41. And then they got this stage here. It's like they got pyro. It's a sort of a techno. But they got a lot of pyro and stuff on that. And then you got the powwow stage, different things. Like I said, it's Okeechobee Music Festival website. Really cool. I mean, it's a little pricey depending on what you get. I mean, if you stay in a tent on it, could be $300 to $400. But you get 4 days, and I've heard he might expand it to 5 maybe next year. I've heard he may extend it one more day. So, but you get a lot. Especially if you're electronic music, you get a big selection of music. A lot of good stuff there. So, definitely something I would love to go. I live like 4 miles away from this thing, so I wouldn't stay. I would go at night, maybe one night, and check it out. Yeah,
when I went the first year, the stage was just massive,
Mm-hmm.
And that was when it was mostly like Woodstock,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I felt like a caveman after it was over because I was like covered in dirt and everything like that.
Well, you're lucky. It didn't rain. It started raining today. You're lucky it didn't rain over the weekend or anything. I would have been
it's been nice. Well, we went like a couple, almost like over a month with no like real rain. So today was the first.
Exactly.
Because like the first year, I believe it did sort of drizzle, and so it was just a combination of like humidity, like Okeechobee humidity. And so they didn't have as much over coverage as they do now. So it's kind of like like now it's so developed. You go to different scenes. Like they did have a really nice like hammock area that was covered.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so they've improved it now. Take a nap.
Well, the one stage, if you've seen it, the third biggest is covered. Half the whole thing is covered. So you look like you're in a electronic dome, and you're like all these lights going on. It's really cool what they did. And hopefully they're supposed to have more concerts. Might be able to bring a country concert festival or rock concert. It's big enough. It's perfect size, perfect. Do any kind of festival.
They had a country. I'm sure they have already. Country artist one year because this was mostly electronic and
yes, it's like Ultrafest Miami. But I know they was going to do one in New Year's Eve, but they didn't do that. Moved it to Orlando because I guess they didn't have it set up in time because they didn't know if they were going to have it with the restrictions and all that.
Well, this is the first they've had it because since COVID, right? We haven't had.
Last year they didn't have it. It was weird. They had it. In 2020, it was, and then 3 days later, after they had this, the whole country went in shutdown. It was like, I didn't even know they were going to have it because it was rumored because a lot of states were shutting down, and then they still had this, and then boom, then they shut it down. The whole, we went to and
then we had all the riots, and then nobody cared anymore. They're like, forget it, we're going to have our baseball and football games.
Yeah, exactly.
So stupid.
Exactly. But yes, cool. I mean,
when did you say that? When will we know when the artists for next year? Do they release that in a year? Like
Oh well, they'll start announcing stuff. They already got the dates. It's the first of March. It's like the first week of March next year. Usually they'll start announcing. They'll start selling tickets around August, September, and sometimes they'll start. They may not announce the whole lineup, but some of the lineup around 1st of October into September. That's what they've been doing. And I mean, they're gonna do it again this year. They're gonna go again next year. It was 30. They said 30 plus, so probably 35,000 people. I would estimate. And it made money.
The only day I would have gone was the last day, all the other artists I wasn't very like. It's not really like my style of music. Yeah. So I'm hoping this year they maybe have more mix of like different things.
And what I read, it made money. There was no. They didn't have the police didn't have too many. They probably arrested people for drugs and all that, but wasn't no. But it wasn't. I didn't hear nobody getting hurt. I didn't hear the ambulance go up and down the road at all the whole weekend. So, so that's a good thing. Didn't see very many wrecks. I mean, there was a couple of police officers busting them up and down the road because they were probably speeding a little bit, but that's about it. I saw Besides that, like I said, didn't hear nothing. No riots there. There wasn't no fighting. It wasn't like the Travis Scott riot, where people were dying and stuff. And it was under control. They had it under control. Control. So.
It's like no Travis Scott.
Reincarnation
of that.
No,
dear God, that whole thing.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'll just show you in the newspaper if you can see it right there. You can see this was in the front page, and you can see where they had the pyro and stuff. Really good. I mean. And it helps the county out with taxes and all that because they made a lot of money, paid a lot of people off, and it helped the businesses in town because people came and bought stuff and all that, gas stations and all that. So
I wonder if how business like the first year and then the second year when we had it really spiked everyone with good business, but I had a feeling like I only had like. Heard from some that it didn't really help business this time or this year. So I mean, I was kind of wondering if anyone knew like, how did that affect their business? Like, if you have a business on Park Street or all the small businesses, did you have more business during those days or was it the same? Because traffic sucked. I mean, traffic definitely sucked. So I mean,
not as much because problem is. When the thing first started, now they got it. Supposedly, they got like a little village in there where they got vendors and food people set up there to sell food. Some of the local businesses had their own thing. See, they had to give 25% of their thing, but they had a lot of stuff set up, and they don't want people bringing in beer and stuff. They were getting it where they can only bring in a certain amount of cases of beer and stuff like. So so people didn't want to leave there.
Whereas before they didn't have everything localized, so people were venturing out. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, and that's where a lot of traffic and people, especially people drinking all day, and they're gonna be. The first day, like Wednesday, the day before, and Thursday, it really hit town. Maybe even Tuesday, people went there. They went locally shopping and got food, and they got supplies at Walmart and all that, and and bought stuff and. And then Friday, maybe a little bit. And then Friday, Saturday, not as much. Sunday, maybe they were scattered. Some people leave early Sunday, so they were getting some people getting out, getting gas. That was another thing. Gas went up like 40 cents that day. Everybody's getting out, so everybody's trying to get gas then. Then there's some people I've noticed like Monday and Tuesday they stayed in the area because there are some trailer parks here. And they were like probably seeing the lake and different things. People from up north, they probably stay here an extra day and they went and saw the lake and, see some alligators and stuff they probably never seen before, hanging around town and all that. I have a friend who has trailer parks. Probably some people stay there so they could, it's pretty close. They could park the camper in there. See, that's the only thing about it. Unless you get those VIP spots, unless you have a generator on your camper, you don't have no run, the water and stuff. You have to have your own water, in your camper. Or tent. So if you have a camper, you can go to one of these a couple of trailer parks here, park your camper, then drive your truck or a car back and forth. You've got to connect and just drive back and forth. It's not that far, but like 5 miles.
Yeah,
and that'd probably be nice because then you go and you actually have a shower because they had showers. You had to pay for showers and all that there, but I mean,
Some people-
after 4
I think
days,
some
you
people
probably
say- I wonder if the KOA
Yeah,
kind of
probably
closes
too.
off. Does a KOA stay open to people who are coming in for the? I think they do.
Yeah,
Or-
I mean, if you were staying there, if you're staying at KOA, you'd probably just go back and forth. It's not that
Yeah,
far.
because I think some
Trust
people
me.
were staying, had their camper out at KOA and were just driving
Exactly.
to, because
Well, some of them were also stayed there a couple days before it opened for Thursday. Some people were getting here Monday and Tuesday. So and what's so bad about town? Nothing stays open late anymore. So a lot of people coming in Wednesday, they were going into town, and after 9-10 o'clock, there's nothing open. And
I mean, other than like Publix and Walmart, everything closes at what, 8?
Yeah, no, even Walmart. So there's only a few gas stations. That's it. We have no eating places 24. So Wawa, that's about it.
Wawa's 24. I'm there all the time. So if you guys say hi to me, I'm there every day. I'm their number one customer.
Wawa probably got some business.
The thing that I hate is because Walgreens used to be 24. So
they're not
anymore. Now they close at like midnight, and that makes me mad because I'm like, I need something that's specifically that nobody else would carry other than Walgreens.
Yeah.
But yeah, Okeechobee does close pretty early.
Guys in the chat, ask this question. You got any questions? I mean, we're just doing some local stuff, but hey, have you got anything else? Yeah, we're just popping in the news, what's going on in this area. We already talked about gas, but if you got any questions about any of this, or you want to ask Mike about a coffee question, just shoot us to us, guys, on the chat, and we'll answer it. But
or anything about local business, so.
Yeah.
As well. So I do. This is the chance. Like, if you have any questions about business, I do business coaching, small business coaching, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been it's been pretty hard for a lot of us. So because I've been I talked to a lot of people, and yeah, it's like swallowing glass right now. So it's hard, because for me at least, January through middle of March until St. Patrick's Day, it's you got to be super creative. You got to be very consistent because after New Year's, because pretty much October, middle of October, all the way through the season. I'm only talking about myself. I'm doing well. I'm baking because it's just there's so much going on, and there's so many events going on with the holidays, But right now it's tough. And so we got inflation's like crazy, gas prices, everything's expensive, so that's hurting a lot of people's businesses. Especially we're just getting through COVID. So how do you stay relevant and keep your customers happy and stay on the side of making good profits? So if anyone has questions, now's the time to ask during the show if you have any specific questions, because I don't, I don't really have a lot of time to answer, a lot of emails and stuff. So
exactly, guys.
Yeah, it's been pretty tough, but it's good that we still have it's good that we still have a lot of events that keeps the economy going, here locally, keeps people involved and allows businesses, especially the Speckled Perch, allows businesses to set up a booth. I don't do that because it's just sort of out of, the type of event and outdoors for coffee and that sort of style just doesn't work. Plus, we're specialty coffee, so it's weird. The only setting I would do would be an actual coffee shop when I do get to that point, but I will not have a booth. I've been asked a million times by different vendors all over. They do the fresh market out. Well, there's several fresh markets. There's one over over by Tradition. They do one there, and I've been asked. I've gotten so many emails from the person who does that. And there's one over in Stewart that are like, please bring it. I'm like, do you know how much it cost me? First it's going to cost me $400 or $500, to set up a booth. Then I'm going to have to bring $400 to $500 of free product for people to try. And then I might sell a couple dozen bags. and it doesn't pay me off, I might break even, and then I might get a few new customers, or I pay $20 for an ad, and then I gain 3,000 views and more purchases, and I didn't have to leave my house. So there are certain things like that work. So like there will be a lot of like if you run like a food industry or something like that, it's good to be at the Speckled Perch, especially if you do the pumpkin bread or if you do arts and crafts. You need to be out there because so there will be a lot of that stuff out in the park. So I hope to be out there. I think the booths will be set up pretty early, right? Like in the morning.
Yeah, it might be Saturday. I think they have it Friday, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they'll have it. They'll have them set up Friday at least, and they'll be going early.
Oh yeah, Friday,
Saturday morning.
Or do they? I wonder if they still stay open on Sunday, or Sunday, no? They take them down
Sunday. Yeah, they'll be open to Sunday to about 3-4 o'clock, and then it's probably pretty much done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be setting up. A lot of them be setting up. Probably tomorrow's Thursday, so a lot of them be starting to set up their stuff, and they're cook. They'll be, and it's not. I mean, you'll hear when you go through there, you'll smell the barbecue and all that, the fish frying and all that, the pumpkin bread, all that good stuff. Empanadas, all kind of good stuff.
There's this we got a lot vendor out there. There's this one vendor out there that does arts and crafts, and they it's more than just one person, but they do they make all kinds of cool things out of soda cans. So they make like these airplanes and stuff with propellers. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I almost always have to buy one of those. I have to have one.
And I was going to say, there's a lot of they'll have some Spanish food out there. Mexican, egg roll. They have this egg roll truck. I'm sure they'll be out there. They do these egg rolls, these Asian egg rolls, really good.
Oh man, we have a lot of new food trucks now. I noticed, I spotted 6 different. It's either there's a food truck and trailers too, so I'm including those too. So because I don't live far from Eli's Western Wear, and there's certain corners where I see there's a lot of people doing that. So now's that opportunity. So if you have a food truck or whatever, get in at the Speckled Perch because they have the in between. They have the because each the park, the way it's set up is they got the streets in between each lot, so you could park your food truck there. And I'm telling you, you're gonna make mad money, because we have some of the best Mexican food trucks anywhere, hands down, crazy good.
Exactly. And my friend, he's going to have his funnel cake truck. He'll have his funnel cakes, lemonade, corn dogs. So if you want some fair food, he's going to have that there. It's good. He ate some good stuff there. And I know a couple ice cream trucks and different things. What's going on, Parrot Head?
What's up?
Parrot, yeah, he's talking about LDG, brother. Parrot Head needs to move. You need to move, Parrot. You need to move to Florida, man. If you can come over and watch some Jimmy Buffett with me, man. I mean, he lives in Nevada. I know Jimmy Buffett goes out into Nevada, but yeah, he's come over. He needs to come see Jimmy's house over here in Florida. I used to go see him a couple. He's touring. He's touring right now, I believe. But 10, 15 years ago, man, I've seen him a couple times. He puts on a hell of a show, Jimmy Buffett.
Yes,
you talk about a show, man. The show begins in the parking lot. You're out there. These people, they'll bring a U-Haul truck. This one guy who was out there one time. We was out there drinking some Coronas and stuff. This guy just pulls up with a freaking U-Haul truck. I'm like, what the hell's this guy doing? He just opens up U-Haul and he just starts with a shovel and just shoveling sand. He had a whole damn U-Haul truck full of sand. And he's just shoveling the damn sand out. And he pulls out a hammock, puts there, got 2 palm trees and the damn buckets, and he pulls the radio out. He's got his little beach out there in the thing. And I was wondering, I said, man, I wonder if they're going to make him clean up all that afterwards. But yeah, I mean, he had loaded it like a little beach out there in front of in one of the parking spot spaces. But yeah, that's a great show. He was on a great show, man. And that's, the crowd gets into it and all that. Yeah. I wish, see, that's the thing. God was talking, I was talking to somebody at my work. And they got we got the Sugar Fest. That's talk about festivals run late. We got Black Gold in Belgrade, and you got Sugar Festival coming.
Oh yeah,
and Tracy. Well, if you're into country music, Tracy Bird, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's going to be at Black Gold, and I think Shenandoah is going to be at the Sugar Festival in Clewiston. I'm like, we was talking about, Okeechobee. We should have some. We should get a artist here. We had, get some main artists come here. We got all these got these venues, and it would bring people in. I mean, even the Fort Pierce Fair. I think they had Lone Star or somebody, or this year they hit.
Really?
Yeah, they had Martin County and all that. They usually get a couple. I remember back in the when the Palm Beach Fair back about, it was like 15. It was maybe 18 years ago. I went and saw the Scorpions and Whitesnake. They were at the amphitheater because the fair's right there and the amphitheater's right there, and they were part of the fair. It was free entry to the fair, and I got to see the Scorpions. That was a really good show.
Yeah, there's also a Strawberry Fest coming up.
That's going on in Plant City. That's going on right now. That's going on
right now. Yeah, because I think it differentiates from there's a famous Strawberry Fest that's in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. That takes place during the spring.
Yeah,
because you couldn't possibly do that during this time of the year, or where you might be, but the weather kind of sucks. But yeah, where did you say here in Florida there's the Strawberry Fest?
It's Plant City. It's right outside of Tampa.
City, yeah, Plant City.
Yeah, I was going to go
after that, and it looks pretty legit. They got a lot going on there.
A lot of crafts, a lot of buildings and stuff, and they got a big amphitheater too. They bring a lot of acts in it. I was going to go over a couple years ago before a year of COVID, but they canceled it. Skillet, you've heard of Skillet, right?
Yeah, like
they were playing.
Skillet.
Yeah, I was going to get tickets to that, and I got them, and then they refunded me because they canceled.
That was like my high school, because I grew up in youth group and church and stuff like that. So all my skater friends, we were all into Skillet.
Yeah,
they're pretty rad.
Tom put on a great show.
I've never been to a bad Strawberry Fest. The one in the Midwest is phenomenal. I think it's so the one here is supposed to be really awesome.
Parrothead says Tom Petty put on a great show. Yes, he did. I saw him about 20 years ago at Palm Beach. It was him and somebody else. I'm trying to think who it was. God, who was it? It was another famous person. But yeah, he did put on. That was a shame we lost him a few years ago. But yeah, he put on a great show. Mary Jane's Last Dance, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you leave those. You leave those shows, man. You're drinking a couple cups of coffee after those shows, man.
Yeah. Oh,
you didn't have to. Hey, you didn't have to do nothing. You just had to be there, man. Oh man, You know what I mean? Cloud nine, a few days there.
Yeah.
I saw his last concert in Seattle. Yeah, he put on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he put on a great show. I saw some good artists there. I saw Bob Seger, a couple. Like I said, I saw the Scorpions there at the thing. Scorpions. It was Scorpions, Whitesnake, and Dokken. It was there.
Okay. I like the Scorpions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we got some pretty rocking festivals going on. It's just been one after another.
Says my buddy had the best pot in our area. Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
During those shows, man, it's all over the place. Yeah. I haven't really been many. I was looking. There haven't been really many shows come through here. I mean, we had a couple big. I know the big festivals.
I didn't know that Tom Petty was born in Gainesville.
Yeah.
That's why he. It's why he's done a lot of shows.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. Tom Petty, man, he's a legend.
Canadian Spider-Man, what's going on, brother?
Yo.
And Milton, I don't know if Milton's still here, Spider-Man. He was here earlier. Yeah, we were just talking about the news. Spider-Man, he was up there close to where there was they was doing him truck. And he was in a couple streams about those truckers up in Canada a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Canadians, is it getting better up there now? I mean, they released some of them restrictions.
Yeah. What's going on over there?
It's
I heard
quiet. Here's the thing, Trudeau, he was over running his mouth about Putin and all that, but I hate to tell Mr. Trudeau, he was doing worse things to the Canadian people. He was basically treating the people like a dictator up there, basically.
Yeah, I heard things have
Freezing their
been
bank accounts, arresting them people for no reason.
things have been not so favorable with
That man is a piece of trash, man.
still a lot of restrictions, and it's just sort of like, come on,
Yeah, he was up. He over talking. Oh, we're giving freedoms and this. And man, he was treating people. I mean, I hate to say it. He's Castro's son anyway. I mean, he's his mom. Basically had a relation. That's it's pretty much obvious. He was doing just like his dad down in Cuba.
Yeah.
Just
I know
crazy.
they're hitting hard on mandates, like so.
So the British Columbia, he's up there next to British Columbia. The restrictions might be lifted in the next few weeks, and our health ministry feels like it maybe if she decides to. She's elected. FYI. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, why are they waiting a couple weeks? There's no reason to still have restrictions up there.
Yeah, I saw content creator that was trying to get out of Canada, and they prevented her from crossing. Because things are just. I'm just like, it's almost like everyone's asking, okay, the restriction era with this narrative is done. It's like the world's asking to just, hey, can we just only focus on the war now? We're done with COVID. We're done with all this madness. But I have a lot of friends in Canada, and
it's funny how
their feelings are the same. Their feelings are the same.
And it's funny how the fake demic sort of disappears after something else happens.
Yeah. So other provinces have most of the restrictions lifted by now. I guess science changes depending on province. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He lives out there, and he's because he came on a string with me. He said he's like middle of, he's like sort of like us. Well, we're out. Well, he's only got a few neighbors and stuff. He's out there in the woods. So
yeah,
he's.
We fortunately, Florida just sort of the entire 2 years, other than the mask stuff, we pretty much just stayed, so we didn't really experience, a lot of this stuff.
Says I can't leave the country if I wanted to. I also can't fly to see my parents 4,000 miles away. And he says North Korea has similar laws. See, that's the thing, we shouldn't be having them kind of laws around here. There's no reason for that.
Yeah, pretty much our most upside down state is still going to be California. That's why everyone's leaving, because everyone's just done with it. That whole place is just a melting pot of stupidity.
Exactly.
I mean, there's more people. You just Google it. Just look at the statistic for people who are homeless, jobs, and it just.
Well, look at Pelosi's area.
Major corporations moving their entire business out of the state of California and moving to Texas, moving to Florida, moving to.
Oh, Elon Musk did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that's the severity of what we're experiencing, but it's not close to what some other people are experiencing still.
He said, "Well, Florida,
everyone's coming to Florida,
brother. You're welcome, brother. You were welcome.
Come down.
You are welcome."
I saw a sign that said somebody had a post somewhere on their business that said Florida is full, but that's not true.
Brother, you can come back. Here. You come down here, you be Canadian Florida Spider-Man, man. You can come on down, bro. He's cool too, man. He's really cool. Definitely, brother. We love you here, man. We'd love you to come here. Florida or Texas, bro. Either one of those states, that's your best choices, man. They're probably your best choices to come to.
I like Georgia too. One of my best friends lives in Savannah, Georgia. So if he's watching right now, which he might be later, but I like Georgia.
Georgia's good. It's got a little bit of political issues there.
Yeah, I heard they got good. I heard they got good peaches and pecans.
I got good peaches. But you know what's weird about Georgia? I'm bringing this, and we have Lily, my wife. She loves going up to Georgia, and we go to Savannah a lot.
Yeah.
And this goes about selling their fruit and stuff. They can't sell their own the peaches and stuff. We went to a stand. I was going to buy peaches and stuff, and he's like, "Well, we can't sell Georgia." Well, I was like, "How can you sell Georgia peaches? They have to sell South Carolina peaches." But they put some law in there. It was like, because I was wanting some Georgia peaches. Like, well, we don't have it because we can't. We have to send them out of state. We have to send them out of state to sell. But we import South Carolina peaches. I'm like, what?
Really?
It's just like us with oranges. You know, we got Florida's with oranges, and we. If you notice, most of the time we get oranges from California or overseas or something like. Yeah, we don't even use our own product we get here. It was some kind of law, and it was some kind of law they said they had up there, and I'm like, who passed the law? You can't even sell your own fruit in your own state.
That's
state.
Weird. Because I remember like when I was growing up, and it's probably still that way. You know, like when you're taking like 95 or whatever turnpike, and you start getting close. You pass Ocala.
Yeah, right before the border. Right before the border.
Right about there. From there on into the state of Georgia, every quarter mile you see a sign that says
that's what they said.
Georgia peaches.
Right at the border to like 20 miles out. That's where they
and like Georgia pecans. You know, so I guess they have to change their signs. I don't know if they changed the signs.
I haven't been. It's been a couple years, so Georgia has a beautiful. When I was drove for Christmas, yeah, it's really nice. That part of there's parts of Georgia. See, now if you go like the southern part of Georgia, like where Valdosta, I don't really care if there's a lot of gnats. I don't care. It's a lot of that clay dirt, and it's like gnats all over the place. But if you go like above Atlanta. Over to Savannah, I love that area of Georgia. That's my favorite.
I love
get up there
Chattanooga.
towards the mountains.
I love Chattanooga. All the way there's a place there's a little piece of heaven. If everyone's been over there, it's called Ruby Falls.
Ruby Falls, yeah. Rock City.
And to believe it or not, and if anyone's vacationing, the one of the best hotels that has the perfect spot where the sun rises in the morning is Days Inn. So it's right in that mountain range because there's a famous there's a famous trail in that area, but Ruby Falls also has like that whole area in there. But yeah, Ruby Falls, like that is like legit. It is like a little piece of heaven that a lot of people don't know about.
That whole area, they got Lookout Mountain, the Rock City,
Lookout Mountain.
The Rock City's up there too. They have that little thing where you go for the caves and all that stuff.
Yes, it is phenomenal. So there's a time in my life where I was really into spelunking. So I could just, If anyone's been to Mammoth Cave, it's in Kentucky. It's the biggest cave tunnel in the world. It's insane. Wow. I've done it twice, and there's legit people get lost in there. They have to sit search and rescue, but it's insane. So, but Ruby Falls is like they got the canal channels. The cave channels and stuff. But yeah,
I love that. I love that whole area from there all the way into Gatlinburg, all the way into North Carolina area. That whole Gainesville, that whole area is really nice.
Yeah,
Cherokee.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have a little park up there called Ghost Town up there in Cherokee. And they're supposedly going to redo it, and it's been closed for a while. That was a little fun place when I was young.
But yeah, I've like a lot of my good memories have been like in sites like that and in parts of Georgia. One thing I like about Savannah is Savannah has that port, right? And that has that colonial sort of park area. By the way, that's where they filmed Forrest Gump when he's sitting on the bench. They had to remove the bench and put it in a history museum because people kept carving their name into it. So and they have this cool, and this is like kind of like in my memory too, as far as like how I wanted to like create that old style sort of soda shop and tea shop, because they have that old colonial like sort of tea shop that stemmed from how England does their tea shops. So it's old style tea shop. I can't remember the name of it, but it's right in that square. But there's a tea shop there. So there's that place, and then if you're over by the port, like you're kind of like over by the water, they have all these tiny little shops, and they have a couple candy shops there. And there's a candy shop there where they sell some of the original homemade old-fashioned style praline candies. And I'm telling you, my God, you would like slap an old lady for that. I mean, I'm telling you, like the best pralines ever.
Mike, that would be a perfect spot for your coffee shop, because there's a couple of coffee shops there. They phenomenal. That whole city.
Well, that's what everyone keeps telling me. They're like, if you were to really open, I'm like, if I really had one, because how my mind works is think about distribution more than actually open a retail setting, because there's so many dangers in opening a retail setting nowadays. It's far better just stay online and do that kind of thing, which is good. But if I really want to open a cool coffee shop, it'd be like an old English style coffee shop, like the tea shop there in that setting, because it's such a high end nostalgia, and it makes sense to have something that's high end and like specialty and different. It's not like your run of the mill Starbucks and all that garbage, because they don't even care anymore. They just press a button, an old lady's diarrhea comes out. They don't even care. I'm talking about people who actually, do all the little specialty things to make just that one cup of coffee. So I've honestly been thinking, I'm like, if I were to really move Coastal Cafe, I would be like Savannah, Georgia, because you got everything in that area. You got confectionery places. You have all the little mom and pop, food restaurant, bakeries. And so, it's just phenomenal.
Art. There's a lot of art.
It's such a rich history,
Ghost. I love the ghost. They have ghost tours. It's just a really Paula Dean's at my wife.
Museum, the historic museum, Savannah Museum, is there too. So it's super historic.
We went up there a couple years ago, and my wife got to meet Paula Dean and her sons.
Cool.
She got to paint her a chicken. Chicken. They say, "Hey y'all," and all that. So we went. We actually met her twice. We met her at the Ladies and Son and Uncle. It was Uncle Bubba's, her other shop over by the coast, because you got that lighthouse and all. There's a lot of really cool stuff in that whole area. They got a little zoo type place up there too. A little outside Savannah. What was I going to tell you else? What's the ice cream place up there? It's a real famous in Savannah. The guy owns
ice cream parlor.
Yeah, he's a famous Hollywood director. Because we got to meet him when he's up there. Leopold? Is it Leopold or something like that? Leopold?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he's a guy. He does movies, and so he's in Hollywood and stuff. But he was in there in his ice cream parlor that one time we was up there, and we got to meet him and all that.
Cool.
Really cool. I mean, and the people stand. You talk about lines, man. People was like down the street to go into this little ice cream. Really good ice cream and all that.
Oh yeah. There is a famous ice cream parlor. There used to be. I don't know if it's still there. There's a soda shop. The tea shop is likely still there.
Oh yeah.
The historic site.
Oh yeah.
And there's an ice cream parlor too. I think it's all like there's the famous little scenic park where Forrest Gump is sitting at that bench. That's it's a little square. But the camera's filming. The shops are behind the camera.
Yeah,
but that's where all that stuff is.
And I'll tell you one thing. It's a clean city. It's not a dirty city. Clean, and it felt you felt safe when you were going there. I mean, I didn't like the crime rate is really low there. I mean, you felt safe when you're walking down the streets. And St. Augustine, to me, St. Augustine's the same way. I love St. Augustine.
Yeah, St. Augustine is our oldest historic city.
I love that. I love St. Augustine, man. I mean, I literally, if I left Okeechobee and going to move, unless I moved out of state, I would want to move up there. I love that area.
Yep.
It's a really nice area. And a lot of stuff I'd love to go work up there. There's so much things up there. I would, I mean, like I love those ghost tours. We went up there and 2 or 3 of them. The ghost tours, the old jail, Fountain of Youth, all that stuff is real fun. It's real fun.
Ripley's, Believe It or Not, is there too. Exactly. That's cool. I mean, like some of the people live in St. Augustine, they're like, oh, that's trash, don't go there, it's not fun. And like I read the ratings, I'm like, yeah, it's fun for me though. Like I went, I thought it was awesome, because I watched that stuff. You remember the show, The Ripley's Believe It or Not? It's an hour production. They talk about the weirdest things. So you get to see all that stuff.
Yeah, they got one in Orlando. I haven't been to that one. They got one up in Orlando. They got one up in Tennessee too. They got the Ripley's has that the aquarium stuff too up there up in to Gatlinburg, it's Gatlinburg area. I want to go back up there. We've been planning on doing that for the last couple of years, but with COVID and different things happen. I love to go back up there. I go back up to Dollywood again. I really love that up there in Tennessee.
Yeah, Dollywood's great. Dolly Parton, she's like, I don't know how she has looked the same for the last 20 years.
Oh,
it's crazy. I met her, at her, what's the Dolly World.
Dollywood.
Yeah, Dollywood. Yeah.
That's in Tennessee.
That was a long time ago, man. See, I'm 36, and I was like, how old was I? 20, 22. The place is fun.
Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of rides. It's a lot.
But it's funny because I saw Dolly Parton in like a commercial thing recently, and I remember meeting her, and I'm like, she looks the same. Like, how?
9 to 5, man. She looks just like she did in the movies, man. 9 to 5 man. Good. It's just like Cher, man. It's like Cher. Cher's in her 70s, and she looks like she's about 30. Yeah.
Must be friends like Dr. Oz or something like. I don't know how these celebrities. It's crazy.
Yep. It's crazy. So what's up? Let's see. Well, we're at about an hour and a half. Wow, we went a long time. So I'm trying to think of what else happened. Well, I forgot what we was talking about this last week. Did you ever get to see the Batman movie or?
Not yet.
Me either. We might get to see it this weekend. We was thinking about it.
My hope is to see it maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
I heard good reviews. I heard some people like it. Some people they said this is a little darker, a little grittier. It's 3 hours long. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I'm trying not to listen, read or hear what a lot of people are saying because I want to see it first. But I've heard it's pretty freaking good.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to check out. It's one of them kind of movies like Spider-Man. I like to see it. Them kind of movies I like to see in the theater. And I know it's coming on. I know it's coming on HBO Max pretty soon, but it's like our Endgame and Infinity Wars. I love seeing them type of movies in the theater. Right. It sucks that if we still had our theater in town, I would have went up there probably with saying because they don't have to drive all the way to the coast. But I miss. That's one thing I missed because there's a lot of movies that I would have just I'd really don't want to drive the coast, but I would have went up there and paid $3 or $4 to see, and like the last
movies I've always been questionable about. I'm like, I'll just see it here in Okeechobee, but for legit movies, like we're talking about like Batman, Star Wars, Spider-Man, anything that's Marvel, big time movies, like it's like we're going to a real theater, but it's like, damn, we can't even see. I miss our hole in the wall. I miss our hole in the wall theaters.
Parrot Head, if they made Spaceballs 2 and it came out tomorrow, I would be in the theater. I'd be the first one in the theater to watch that.
Spaceballs is the best movie of all freaking time.
I would watch that Spaceballs. Yeah. What he said, the search for more money. Yeah. Sucks John Candy's dead. And him and Joan Roberts was dead, so we'd lose them two characters unless they recast them. But if Mel Brooks is going to do it, he better do it pretty soon because he's getting pretty old. So that's the only thing I say.
Yeah, he better do it soon.
There
was a lot of talk that they were going to do another one. I don't know what happened with it. I think,
probably with John Candy dying and stuff. I mean, they could make it easily. I mean, the first one was pretty much set up toward another one, but they could. It would have been crazy. Just don't do like they did to Come in America 2. They destroyed that movie for me. That movie was just a disaster compared to the first one. Check your Twitter. All right, what did you send me, Parrot Head? All right. That's a nice picture. Oh, that's something else. Okay. Oh, you got all the space balls. Exactly. The search for more money. Definitely.
Yeah. Oh man, Spaceball is such a good movie. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Exactly. Yeah. I have to. Actually, it would be cool. I would like to see that movie in IMAX. If they could make it more re-digitalized and put it in IMAX, that would be a funny movie. Especially that scene with the ship is. I can say rumors since the movie's like 40 years old now, but especially when that ship's going across for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
definitely.
The Schwartz will be with you.
The Schwartz will be with you.
My favorite scene is when he's like, it's like I'm surrounded by assholes.
Y'all not? They still got that stupid passport up there, Canadian Spider-Man for the theaters. See, that's the thing. I was like, they're forcing that they can't even go to a theater.
Well, you gotta have your vaccination passport thing. Yeah.
A bunch of baloney. That's a bunch of. I'd like to see Spidey in the theaters. I heard it was good. Yes, it was very good. Yeah, that's the last Spider-Man. I think it's going to be. What did he say? It's going to be streaming pretty soon. I can't remember what. I think it's going to be on Stars. I think they said Stars is one that's going to get it. But yeah, that was definitely a good one. Doctor Strange too. That's another one I want to see. That's like a continuation of Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I know. Today they were. Do you got Disney Plus?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, Disney. They've been doing the Star Wars. They showed the trailer of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney Plus today. It came out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh man, it gave you chills, man. You felt like it felt like going back watching the New Hope. When them on the Tatooine and all that.
Oh, cool.
And it looks really good. I mean, they got. If you ever watched the animated shows, the Clone Wars, where they had the Inquisitors and stuff. They have the Grand Inquisitor on that, and it looks really. And he's got him out there. It's got the guy. What's his name? It played in Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy, and he's out there watching. Luke is a young boy out there playing in his uncle and aunt's moisture farm. I mean, it looks really good. So, and supposedly Vader's going to be in it. So, what I understand Vader and them they're going to meet again. So I hope they don't meet on Tatooine because it wouldn't make sense. But they're going to meet again somewhere in the thing. Hey Sherry, how we doing tonight?
That's awesome.
How we doing tonight, Sherry? So I think it's a one season. It's going to be like I'd have 5 or 6 episodes. I'm not 100% sure, but it's going to tie in. It's going to tie in that little section where they gave the babies, they gave babies away on the third movie and to the New Hope. I mean, it'll tie in there with that part where Rogue One, it's going to be in that time where Rogue One and all that. So
yeah,
it looks really good. I mean, I just watched I don't know if you saw the Boba Fett show. That Boba Fett one was sort of. But this one,
I saw parts of it. I'm still catching up on all the new shows. So
yeah.
But I mean, I think for the most part that they've been very good, portraying the characters and stuff and such. So
yeah,
the one episode where Luke just looks like that, just like everything just looks so good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that part the Luke, the last 2 episodes they were really good with the Luke and Grogu. Yeah, that was good.
I thought like that. The technology is just insane. I was watching. I was like, Jesus. I'm like, this is pretty top notch stuff. So I was very impressed with that. So, but yeah, definitely gonna have to get caught up on the rest of them. So that's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Yeah,
and they're gonna have.
Well, I'm starting to count tonight then.
Yeah, that. You like you remember Moon Knight in the comics?
Yeah.
They're going to have a Moon Knight show. It's going to be end of the month. They're going to start that. Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk. That's going to be the new series. They just had Hawkeye. They have if you haven't seen it, there's some good shows. And what's cool about it, Disney just got the rights back to the Netflix Daredevil, Luke Cage, The Punisher. If you ever seen them on Netflix, They got the rights back, and they're putting them on Disney Plus, and they're going to have they're going to up the parental thing, so because those are graphic, they're rated R shows, and they're going to. What I understand, they're going to continue. Daredevil's going to get a season 4. Punisher's going to get a season 3, and possibly the other 3, Jessica Jones and them. They're going to continue them also, and they're going to have it where, the kids, you have to do a parental thing, to watch it. But it's cool because those shows were, Marvel is, good, but the problem was with Marvel is, they got it towards PG, and then they wouldn't go no further. See, because like they got Deadpool back, If they make a Deadpool 3, they cannot make that a PG movie. No, it's just a movie.
It's just not. It's not. For
it won't
kids.
Make. No, but
Deadpool is my hands down favorite movies. I rewatched the first one, and I'm like, God, like it's so funny. Like,
what did you see the Christmas one? Basically it was Deadpool 2, but they made it a Christmas special, and they had that one kid from one of them was the Wonder Years or something. He was
the Wonder Years kid.
Yeah, and they made it like Chris. They basically made Deadpool, and they took all the rated R scenes out, and they added a couple.
You can't make it PG. You just can't.
Oh, it was terrible. My God,
I didn't like it.
I didn't even watch Deadpool 2 again after that movie for a while because it ruined the movie. I was like, God.
I know. Like when I started watching, I'm like, no, I'm not into it. I'm like, it's got to be dirty. It's got to be vain.
Ryan Reynolds. Oh my God, Ryan Reynolds especially. Well, he has a show coming out on Netflix. I want to see. I saw it. Gotta think of the name of it. I saw it the other day. It's sort of a futuristic show. The Adam Project. I think it's called. The Adam Project.
He talked about that. I follow him on TikTok, and he's been talking about it. So
that looks interesting.
I'm excited about it because I would love. He's got good stuff coming up.
Yeah, I definitely. Fortunately, Marvel's well. Yeah, well, some things are. Yeah, that's the thing. Some things are. I don't like it. I just want a good story. Don't force stuff down my throat. That's something I say. That comes back. That's like the Eternals. If you ever seen the Eternal movie, they just kept pushing. Oh, we're gonna have our first LGGB character. That's fine. If you do, okay, that's fine. But just that ain't the reason I'm watching the film. If you're gonna do that, that's fine. But don't push it down my throat. I don't care if the character is. So just do the characters as they are and let it go. Make a good movie. That's what the problem with that movie. They didn't. I just try to push agendas instead of trying.
I mean, I'm not saying like people can't talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like save it for like maybe a soap opera,
Well, I don't care.
But it's like you make major characters. It's kind of like I'm interested in the story. Like
Well, that was a problem when they started that film. That's all they kept talking about. I'm like, okay, that's fine. If you have that, that's fine. Make the story good. And like I said, they had parts of that movie was good, but they just let it. It was a letdown. That's why I hope.
Yeah.
Today it's being woke for 10 years, but yeah. But this is like when we was talking about the Deadpool. Did you see Logan, the Wolverine? Logan? See, I want to see more of that. I want to see a Ghost Rider. I want to see a Ghost Rider. That's I want to see Ghost Rider. I don't want to see PG-13 or PG Ghost Rider or Daredevil and stuff.
Yeah, I just hate that they just keep this. They're trying to make it PG, and it's like,
what's going on, Bill?
I want to see more. Like that. The show I'm waiting for on Netflix. I don't know if anyone's Stranger Things fans in here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I the reason why I identify with Stranger Things is because I was born in the time frame which the movie is cast.
Mm-hmm.
So kids, because before the cell phones and all that stuff,
mm-hmm.
Like my parents and all parents in the 80s, your kids would just go ride their bikes and play with their high school friends, and you go on an adventure and you wouldn't see your kids, and you're just like, yeah, they'll be back later, whenever, I don't know. And so that's where I identify, because all these things where these kids have these groups and they go and they interact with each other, that was life, man. It was before the freaking phones.
I was
and so we played video games. We went to the arcades. So I think I'm glad that they're taking this extra time to come, because they're going to cast the new Stranger Things, trying to keep the time frame, because they're in middle school, sort of they're young, and now they're going to portray them as older, most of them have moved out of the city that they were in because basically got destroyed. So now, so they're going to portray them all as grown up. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be season 4, right? That's going to be the 4. Because they said they're going to do what season 5, and that's going to finish it off. I think there's one more.
Yeah, so they're going to do season 4 and then season 5. So I think they're going to do them like back to back. So, but yeah, they're putting in a lot of time, and the time tells. Like the previous episode was phenomenal, and a lot of people had like their different opinions about it, but that's the kind of show I like. I love all the Marvel movies and all that stuff, but it's hard for me to get into a show. The only other show,
Cobra Kai. Have you seen Cobra Kai?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen Cobra Kai? Oh wow, you got to watch that. Did you like the Karate Kid movies back in the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, watch it. Watch Cobra Kai. Netflix got 4. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4 seasons? There's 4 seasons right there. They're working on the fifth. The fifth one's done, so hopefully it'll be out this summer. We don't wait till all the way to December. So if you like the I won't spoil it for you or anything, but if you like the Karate Kid movie, especially the not the remake one, but the original, the 1, 2, 3,
original.
The 4.
Well, I may have seen it. I'm trying to maybe having a brain fart, but
you will love it, man. The first 2 seasons were made on YouTube. Actually, it was a YouTube, and then they sent them over to Netflix, and Netflix took over, and they did season 3, and then 4 just came out this Christmas. Oh my God! As I say, if you love the Karate Kid, definitely it's amazing. I mean, you'll feel like you're watching it just flow right into that. I mean, I hate to. I don't want to give it away because it's just all the like I said, all the characters you've seen back in the movies, you'll revisit them. It's surprising, except Mr. Miyagi because Mr. Miyagi's passed away. But amazing, it's amazing show. That's probably besides Stranger Things, that's probably the best 2 shows on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
All right, Jedi. What's going to speak the man? He appears. Good evening to you. Yeah, that's kind of trying to think what else I'm catching up with.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the other show that I really got into for a while. I can't think of it now. The one of the main actors from The Office, Jim Halpert.
Mm-hmm.
He plays the main actor. He's basically like an agent. Trying to think of the name of the show. Goodness. Whatever, brain fart. But
no, Netflix.
It's hard for me to get into shows. So it's gotta have such a good story. So Stranger Things is up there for me.
Yeah.
I typically watch movies,
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the thing about shows. Unless I've got into it from the beginning, that's like Game of Thrones. I know it looks good because I like Lord of the Rings and stuff. But the problem was I never got into it at the beginning, and it's 9-10 seasons, and it's like, damn it, I want to see it all, and it just takes. It's like The Walking Dead too. That's the same as The Walking Dead. I saw 1 or 2 shows.
I never got into it.
I never got into it, or I never had time to get into it, and it's like I'm not going to start watching a show on season 7. I want to see it from the beginning. So I hate to watch something like that. And that was the thing about Cobra Kai, man. I knew that 3rd season was coming out, and I had to binge those first 2 seasons because I never got to see the first 2 seasons. Hey, we got 11 people watch. Hello, people. What's going on? And so I had to binge those 2 because I wanted to see it so bad because I didn't have Netflix at the time. So I binged those 2 seasons before that 3rd one come out. But that's the only thing bad about it. Netflix, they put it out there to binge. And I like it, but I don't like it because, I binge that whole season, and then I'm like, damn, I'm ready for the next season. It's like, but and like Disney Plus, when we do these Moon Knight shows, these Marvel and Disney, we'll get an episode once a week.
Right.
I like the binge, but I like that too because that gives me something to look forward to every week. It was like, unless the show sucks, unless the show the Boba Fett sort of got me where at times I was like, man, because whatever I was doing, we was doing panels and stuff. We discussed the shows, and it was at times it's like, damn it, man, I gotta watch. I had to watch. I would probably not have watched the show at times because it just got bad. Certain parts. Besides that, Luke, then we got a real good episode, like when the Luke and all that came. But it was like, God, I got to watch this show because I got to talk on about the panel. But it would have been like, if I wasn't doing that, I might have not have watched it. But then I had shows like Hawkeye was really good. I was pretty every week. I was really excited about it. The ending had a little thing. I hope they didn't kill Kingpin, but well, that's a spoiler if anyone ain't seen Hawkeye. But like those shows, Falcon Winter Soldier was really good. Loki was interesting. It had good episodes and bad episodes. WandaVision, people were low things.
Yeah, Loki was all right.
Yeah, but it was a good show altogether. Falcon Winter Soldier probably was one of my favorites. That was a really good show. And then The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian, that was the one that I enjoyed both Mandalorians. Both of them. So
I'm still getting caught up, but man, I love Mandalorian.
That's what sort of saved Boba Fett when they brought The Mandalorian back, those 2 episodes. That really, because I really enjoyed that. See, the Bad Batch, we was talking about the Bad Batch animation, and that one was it got bad in some of the episodes. It was like, God. But I was on a panel, and our good brother JJ, who left us this last year, we was hosting the panel. I said, JJ, if it wasn't for you, brother, I would have quit watching the show, but I did it for him because I know me, Austinator, and a bunch of other guys. We did it because we was getting to the point. It was like, God, this show is it was getting bad. And it got better at the end, but it was like, man, we had to, it was a good 30, 40-minute show you had to watch every week. It was just like, especially when you need a couple bad episodes, bad taste in your mouth, you just don't want, if you get something like it's good, like Peacemaker, I enjoyed it. A lot of people didn't like it. I enjoyed the hell out of Peacemaker. I was loving every episode with John Cena. And they're making a season 2, which James Gunn is doing, and I am so excited about that. Did you see that one, Peacemaker?
No, I haven't. Not
if you got HBO, watch that. The thing about Peacemaker is John Cena. Or if you've seen the Suicide Squad, the new one that just came out, did you see that one? Did you see the Suicide Squad?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, John Cena's character. It sort of carries on from that.
Okay.
But James Gunn, you know how James Gunn does with music with Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah. Watch Peacemaker. Listen to the music and the scenes that relate to the scenes going on. He nails it. Oh my God. It's 80s music, like 80s rock, 80s pop music. It's more like rock, more rock. You get like Faster Pussycat, a little Motley Crue, different things of that era. But the music just ties right in with the story perfectly. And it's really good show. I mean, it is a James Gunn film. It's got some, it's violent. I mean, it's not a it's a rated R film. But it's James Gunn. It's James Gunn humor. Some stuff is just really dark humor, but it's James Gunn humor. It's a really good show. Definitely, I would just binge that one. Check that one out.
I'll definitely have to watch it.
Yeah.
The show that slipped my mind was like I said, I have a hard time getting into like shows, But the show I got hooked on was Jack Ryan. And it slipped my mind.
Oh, okay.
That's the show I was talking about. Like, at first I was kind of like, okay, it's actor from, Jim Halpert, from The Office. And I can't really, John Krasinski, it's hard for me to say his last name. I can't picture him outside of The Office. I just can't. Like, it's hard for me. Every time I see him, I just think of Jim Halpert, just think of Jim from The Office. I'm telling you that, I got hooked on the show. It is very well done. It's pretty intense. Like, there's some fight scenes that are really intense. It kind of takes you to, like, if you like the Bourne movies, the Bourne Ultimatum, the Jason Bourne movies, where like some of the fight scenes, you're sitting there and you're watching, you're like, holy shit, like, oh my God, like they take it to that level. So,
nice. Now, which one is that?
For me to say that, because I'm very picky with kind of action movies like that. It is very well done, and I'm kind of disappointed because I think there's only 2 seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it on Netflix or is that on Prime? Is that on Prime? Amazon? I thought I've seen that, but I think it's on. It's either Amazon or Prime. There's so many. We got so many streaming service now. It's like.
Yeah, I think it's. Let me see here. I think it's. Yeah, there's only, like I said, there's only 2 seasons. It is. I think it's on Amazon. Maybe
Amazon, yeah.
Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Prime.
Yeah. That's the
Which
thing now.
I should know that because I have Amazon Prime. But
we got Prime. We got.
But I'm telling you, like, there's not a lot of shows that I like, and because I don't get into those super long shows like The Walking Dead. Screw that show. I'm sorry, I never got into it.
Yeah.
Like action. As far as action, like if you're into action, I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. You'll get hooked. And you'll be disappointed once. You'll be disappointed at the last episode of season 2. You're gonna sit there and be like, "When are they coming out with more?" Well, I don't know. I've been kind of waiting on it, but yeah, it's pretty wild.
Well, I know Amazon Prime. They're doing the Lord of the Rings show coming out. I think in August or September.
Really?
I know a lot of controversy about it. A lot of people are, they're already saying they're woke and this because they're. Well, the lot of thing is, because I know a lot of people say because they're changing the characters around in the things.
Yeah,
but
I
really
wish they would do a show, because those movies are just icons,
Yeah,
iconic movies.
These are going to be before that, like 200 years before. You're going to actually see when the rings made and all that.
Oh.
So that's where these are going to come off of. They're going to have Sauron and all that when he was, I guess, starting out and all that. So it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to give it a shot. A lot of people are already down. It's hard to download something and it ain't even came out yet. I'm gonna watch the first episode. If I like it, I'm gonna I'll keep watching it.
Yeah.
If it's trash, then it's trash.
I was against them doing shows for Star Wars, but I like it. So
yeah. I
wonder who the producer is going to be. Who's the?
I'm not sure. I know Amazon paid a lot of money for it, but
like I said,
on Prime. It'll be on Prime.
Yeah, if they throw enough money at it,
they spent like I don't know what it was. They spent like $1 billion for the rights to it, so they can do all these shows on it.
Wow.
So they spent a lot of money for the rights to that. So let's see. The movies are icon. They're long. They're all 6 of them, even the Hobbit movies. But Peter Jackson, it'd be hard to top those. But like I said, it's going to go in an era of like 200 or 300 years before that. I guess before the Ring was being made and all that. So we'll see a different era on that. So
cool.
All I've seen is like a little bit of a trailer, a little bit of imagery, and everybody's hitting and knocking it. But I'm going to give it a shot first. If I don't like, if I watch the first episode too and I don't like it, then okay, I'll say yes, But everybody has their own, opinions about stuff. It's like Peacemaker. Yeah. Some people liked it. I loved it. Some people didn't like it. So, and it's like even Boba Fett. I gave it a shot. I liked certain episodes, but as a total series, I didn't care for it. It had a lot of some things that just, especially when he did the Power Ranger bikes and all that, I didn't like that. So yeah,
I thought it was odd. It was weird.
Yeah, I just not like the Mando. Mando was really good. And then, like I said, you had good things, and bad things about it. But Well, Mike, you got anything? We're over the 2-hour mark. I was going to say we'll wrap it up here in a minute. And anything else going on this week?
Anyone has any questions or any comments?
All right, guys. Yeah, if y'all got any questions, check out Mike's website, Coastal Cafe. Let me put it up here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll bring it up real quick, and then we'll probably let me see.
Yeah. So, if you guys want a good cup of coffee during our shows, this is the coffee we drink. So, talk about all kinds of different things of different walks of life, movies, small business. Literally, we go on some rabbit trails too.
We went off.
Oh yeah, but yeah.
Let me bring it up real quick here.
If anybody is looking for a really good, just a really good quality coffee, I have one of my number one selling coffee in the store is my Costa Rican. So it's called Pura Vida, which means the pure life. So I chose that title for a certain reason, because it is like the nectar of the gods. It is the pure life. It's like the saying that the Costa Ricans have, to have this, to experience life in the purest form. And I named the coffee after that. So all the description is there. It's called Pura Vida. It's Costa Rican. It is now available for purchase, but once it hits the shop, it sells quick. So yeah, coastalcafe.com. The cafe tab at the top is the menu that has all the coffee. So and the coffee club has all the social media stuff, interactions from customers, so you can read all the comments, what all the other customers are saying, and all of our multimedia. Our show, the coffee break, is linked to the coffee club page in there too. So if you get on the coffee club page, there is also, you could sign up and subscribe, and you will be part of a point system. So every time you purchase, you get points that earns you towards big discounts and all that stuff.
I'm back, guys. I had to stop out. All right, let me go here real quick. All right, let's see. Oop, got stream up there. Yeah, that's the that is the website, guys. So definitely check it out. Join the coffee club. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. You're going to get a Twitter account pretty soon too. You're saying, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting a Twitter account for Coastal Cafe. Not for me, because yeah, I could be found elsewhere. But Coastal Cafe has a Facebook, Instagram, and I'm thinking about starting a Twitter for it, so we could just do a quick tweet, on quick updates and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, most of everything is on the website. So we basically make a coffee club is like the social media, it's the virtual coffee shop. So everything revolving around the product, story, and everything about the community, what's going on. I put on CK Live. I post a lot of tutorial stuff from YouTube. So if you're interested in how, just to make, certain types of coffee, so we use our products on there. And as I said previously, we have a calendar, and I also have linked our show on this page. So it's basically a big community. So you get to read other customers and meet new people who are coffee lovers too. So you get to read their comments and their opinions and their ratings on our coffees. So, and I try to keep everyone updated, what's going on, what's coming out. And so you can read everything about that. But it's a cool thing. Like, I've actually, even though I own the business, I've met a lot of cool people who were customers. I didn't know them at all, and now we're friends. And they shared their story and stuff that they like and request, hey, are you going to be coming out with this? So there's a lot of cool stuff on there. So yeah, like I said, the Costa Rican, my number one selling one, it goes once it hits the shop, it goes. I mean, it is such a good coffee. It is so good. That's my number one. It's in the shop, available for purchase now. So it was out. I had it out for it was almost 3 weeks. It was out of stock. So
okay, let me see if I can go. See, here we go, guys.
Yeah, I posted it right there. So, and I got a wild one right now. It's Juice Jasmine. And it's starting to catch up. People are starting to get it. People are knocking it because they don't understand it. But once you try it, you're like, holy cow, this is different. It's very weird. So we got Juice Jasmine. We got a couple really good whiskey ones. And my whiskey coffees are very different from any other whiskey coffee on the market. I have a very exquisite whiskey that goes into each one of those.
You got the maple bourbon. Look at that, guys. There's the Ranger.
Yeah. So like I said, I am working on a CK custom. So it'll be just like one of these tiles. You'll click on it. It'll say CK customs, and you can customize your own roast. So think about it. If you're thinking about like a coffee that you wanted to customize, and been wanting to have a coffee company that could just customize a certain type of coffee with a certain flavor. We're doing that. So I'm hoping I'm going to have this done a few days before St. Patty's Day. So that way, for those of you who want a St. Patrick's Day coffee that's Irish cream, that will be available. So it'll be closer to the bottom of the menu. So I'll keep you all updated about that as well. But we got some good ones there now. Yeah. Our three classic flavor ones is Coca-Cola, Orange Slice, and Rum Run Caribbean. These three right here. My favorite out of all three is Rum Run Caribbean. Like it'll floor you. It'll rock your socks off. So if you love rum chata and you like creamy sort of cinnamony like coffee, I'm telling you, I spent this is years and years of research, trial and error making this coffee. This is before I even started the business. I was already creating this. Yeah, so we got some classics.
Mm-hmm. Got some all kind of guys. So check it out, guys. I mean, it's got a little flavor. Anybody different type of flavors because people like different.
And it'll say like a lot of people don't like flavor coffees. Just read the description. Khalid, Eclipse, our espresso. The Costa Rican, the Guatemalan, the Peruvian, those don't have flavors. They're just a single origin coffee. They come from a single origin or single region. So those don't have flavors. They describe how the palate is, meaning the taste. It may have some citrus tones. It may have some chocolate tones, but it's not a quote unquote natural. It's not a flavored coffee. The flavor coffees that I do have are naturally flavored. There's nothing artificial in those coffees. But so a lot of people think when they visit the site that all my coffees I did something to it to make it flavored. No, there are like other coffees here that are not in the flavor collection. So you just have to look at them. So Khalid is Ethiopian. Eclipse is our Italian espresso, the best Italian espresso you'll ever have in your life. It's our second seller in the store. The number one seller is Costa Rican. The Italian espresso is the second seller in the store, top seller.
Costa Rican. And he has a trio. You got a trio pack here too.
Yeah,
you can try three of them.
We used to have a 6-pack, but I was having a packaging issue, and I had to I couldn't get it within the price range. So that will come and go as time during certain seasons of the year. But the trio pack is a 15% off saver. So. Yeah, so it knocks off the price, and including if you have earned points in your shopping experience with Coastal, you gain points, and you could turn those points into coupon. You could stack coupons. So it's 15% off, and then if you have points earned from purchases, you can stack that on top of that and save money. So I'm really working hard to make things economically good, to make everyone happy, because to be honest, I have a competitor, a friend of mine who runs a gourmet coffee business. His price starts at $14. So I've really worked extremely hard to keep the price in that range. It's gone up quite a bit, because of everything going on. There's nothing I can really do about it. But, so yeah. Yeah, see, our show's linked there.
Yeah.
So,
and
we have a lot of pictures and stories. Everything's there. So if you want tutorials, and I'm going to be working on YouTube a little bit to do more tutorial type stuff where it shows you how to do pour overs, shows you how to use different tools and brewers and all that stuff. So, yeah. So it's just a lot of work because it's just me. So it's hard to push out so much social media on every platform, make it work, But yeah.
There's the contact information, guys. So
yeah. So you can contact me directly through the website, or if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you can message me directly. I get back. If you want to get a quick response from me, message me through the website, because as soon as you message me through the site, I get it on my phone. So I get it directly on my phone. So if it ain't me, it's probably my assistant, but normally it's me. I'm customer service, so it's me. Yeah.
So check it out, guys.
I have a cool. I'll tell you this. I have a cool idea for the summer coming up. I'm gonna have the summer, like the logo, the big retro pink and blue and the palm trees. I'm gonna make it orange and red.
Oh wow!
And we're gonna do a thing coming up. You know how it's mostly a southern thing. Mm-hmm. You know of Christmas in July.
Yeah,
ever heard of that? Where you go to like bars. We're doing Christmas in July. Coastal Cafe is going to do a Christmas in July. So we'll have pumpkin spice and peppermint, and maybe another one we're going to do Christmas in July. So if you missed pumpkin spice and you're like, man, like I know, and I know like people are like, oh, I've had plenty of pumpkin spice, during Christmas, but you have an opportunity to have our some of our good flavors that we had during the Christmas, because we still had a lot of overstock left. So we will be doing a Christmas in July. So you heard it first from here on the show. You will be able to get some Christmas coffee in July.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you want that peppermint, a lot of people were sad that they didn't get the peppermint cookie one, which sold like crazy. I'll have it again. Christmas in July.
And we got pumpkin season coming right behind it. So
yeah, so we'll just keep it in the shop all the way
right there.
Because Walmart keeps backing up their retail. They put their Christmas trees up now in September. I'm like, forget it. We're just going to start.
Well, they were a little late this year. They were a little late this year. I mean, actually, this year they put them up till November. When I worked for Walmart, we had to have them things up by July almost. I mean,
it's crazy. Just keep them up all year.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, let me see. Well, this week on the channel, Friday I got me and the Alternator going to do the late night snack show at 11:15.
All right.
So check it out, guys. I was hoping to see the Batman this last week, and he hasn't seen it yet either. So we'll still be. Well, we might see if anybody. I know we usually bring somebody on that's seen it already. So we'll probably talk a little bit about that. There was a lot of Disney news today. It was their shareholders thing or something. So a lot came out on Star Wars, Marvel. DC had a lot of movie change around. So we'll probably get into that. Probably some wrestling too, guys, because I know Austin, he's still big into WWE. I'm more in independent wrestling, but he's still big in WWE. So we might talk a little what's going on with the WWE. And Ring of Honor just got bought off by AEW. So possibly bring some of that. And I have a show. Saturday, I'm going to an independent show over on the coast. So I'll probably have a stream hopefully next week. I'll be working days next week, so I might be able to do a couple streams during the daytime. Or actually, Mike, I was going to tell you, our next week's stream we can do a little earlier since I'll be working 7 to 3, so we might have to do it so late.
Yeah,
definitely
we'll have to do a brunch show,
Yeah, so I'll be working 7 to 3, so we can do a little. Like I said, we don't have to be so late. So look forward to an earlier show next Wednesday, so possibly won't be as late as tonight's show.
Yeah,
Name That Tune is Sunday. I sent you that link. He didn't have the show last week because he was out of town.
Okay.
But, on the Han Stars channel, Name That Tune is I usually on there. Fun show. It's naming music, pop culture, country, rock, TV tunes. It's a good fun show. Cool people on there. It's on Han Stars channel. If anybody's check it out. It's around 11 o'clock. Like I said, I'm trying to get a wrestling show. I've been saying it for the last 2 weeks. Try to discuss what's going on, all these shows that we went to. Might pop some new shows there. You never know. But we'll be back next Wednesday. Might be early. Like I said, might be a little earlier since I don't have to work so late. So I have an earlier show. Actually, earlier show Friday too. Not this Friday, but the next Friday also on the late night snack show. So. And we're working on different stuff, and we got some guests that we're going to bring into the show here. Hopefully, in the next couple weeks, we just got to get them set up when they are available and good time for them, and give them the confidence, courage to come on. So
Oh yeah,
we're going to try to make it most comfortable setting for them, guys. So check it out. Like I was saying earlier, make sure if you're subscribed to the channel, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel because. YouTube's been doing some dirty stuff, just like Facebook. They've been cutting off streams. So please share, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Check it if you have. Make sure. Please like the stream, share, and hopefully you will see you next week. And invite some friends, guys. And Mike, anything else you got, brother?
Nope, that's it. That's it for me.
All right, guys. Have a good evening, and we will see you next week.
All right, take care, y'all.